All right, so it's Monday night. We're gonna do a couple of cocktails real quick, but first I'm gonna talk about a couple of wines because this is what we're gonna do. So tonight is Monday. It's lively. I am a sommelier, so I think I do need to talk a little bit more about wines than I do. And so, kind of fitting for Monday Night Football, we have the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. And to kind of celebrate or to pay homage to the Raiders, we're going to be tasting a wine from a Raider great, Charles Woodson. Y'all, I'm from Detroit. And I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan. Go Blue. And Charles Woodson is one of the greatest Wolverines ever and one of the greatest football players ever. He played a long career. I think he'll be going to Hall of Fame this week. And he played a long career in the Raiders. And I guess being in Oakland and doing a lot of training camps in Napa Valley, they kind of grow, a lot of Oakland players grow fondness for wine in Napa, you know, doing their training camp in Napa. And you guys are also seeing a lot of celebrities moving in, of athletes particularly moving into the in the wine game. And so this is an example of that. Charles Woodson, this is his label. He has a label that he labels under the 24 brand. These are high-end Napa wines. When I say high-end, usually, you know, anywhere from like $80, $100 plus. Napa Appellation wines. Cabernet. This is a Cabernet Franc from Calistoga, way up in northern Napa. We had this for the Black Beverage Artisans. This was ordered through his online site. I believe he is still taking orders for the 24 label wine. And so these are the premium label wines, kind of similar to what Dwayne Wade is doing. He has his wines that are listed under the Wade Cellars brand, which are more premium wines. And then he has his 3 by Wade. Charles Woodson has the same, is similar with his new line called the Intercept label. This is the Intercept 2016 Cabernet from Paso Robles, California. This comes in at around $18.99, $19, somewhere around there, depending on your local liquor store. I believe that you'll find the Intercept label all around the country. One of the benefits by working with a big producer like Charles is doing is that he gets nationwide distribution. And so so far I've seen the Cabernet, there's a red blend, a Chardonnay from Monterey, and a Pinot, I believe the Chardonnay is from Monterey and the Pinot Noir is from Monterey as well. The Pinot Noir is, for those who are familiar with Meiomi, for example, I think the Woodson Pinot Noir would be very similar to that. This would be similar to like Justin or Austin Hope. Really, really good product. I've had this several times and I highly recommend. So if y'all are looking for, you know, it's not necessarily a black owned winery. He is definitely black, but he doesn't own the winery, but it is under his name and under his label. But it is a phenomenal product. And I highly, highly recommend it, not because I'm a super fan, but because as a wine lover, you get tremendous amount of value from Cabernets from Paso Robles, and this is a great example of one. It just happens to be from one of my favorite football players. So check out the Charles Woodson Intercept label. You won't be disappointed. So tonight I'm gonna make quick cocktails. The wife is, I believe she's probably finished cooking, so I'm gonna make these cocktails real quick. The first one I'm going to do, I think I've made some videos on some of these before, and I'm going to do another one. So this one is kind of a unique take. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to smoke this cocktail first. So this is a handheld smoker. I think some of you may have seen this before. I'm going to smoke this, just add some smoke to it. I'm not going to tell you what kind of smoke. Yeah, it's probably that kind of smoke. So I'm gonna set this to the side, and then I'm gonna make the drink. I'm actually gonna make the drink, and then we'll add the smoke to it. So, and the reason why I added smoke is because I'm a degenerate stoner. But I also wanted to use mezcal, but I figured I can use tequila and just smoke the drink rather than use a smoky beverage. So I'm going to use about 1.5 ounces of El Tesoro Reposado tequila. I am going to, this is essentially a margarita. I am going to use some St. Elder Pamplemousse liqueur. We'll do maybe 3/4 ounces of that. Pamplemousse is just a grapefruit liqueur. I'll make a video on how to make some of these syrups that I made, because I literally made this grapefruit syrup that I'm about to use in like 15 minutes or whatever. So this is a grapefruit syrup that I made earlier today. And basically what I did was I took a pink grapefruit, I zested it, added maybe 1/4 cup of sugar or so, squoze the or juice the grapefruit, added that, and then added maybe 1/4 cup of hot water, and then melted the sugar, and then I threw it in the microwave, heated up a little bit. There are other ways to do it, more technical, but that is literally what I did. Just look up grapefruit syrup, and you can find a quick, easy recipe that suits you. And we'll use about 1 ounce of that. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna use my hand for that. And then I'm just gonna give this a quick stir. And then I'm going to add this to the smoke. And I hope I have a funnel. If I don't, it's not going to be too fun, but maybe I don't need one. So y'all, and so then what you do is you add the smoke. So now it's literally the smoke becomes an ingredient for your drink. It does also look cool if you're doing this in front of an audience, but it also literally infuses the drink with smoke. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And then what I'll do is, again, just kind of infuse the grapefruit margarita with the smoke, and you can see it does kind of take up that flavor. And so while we're doing that, I'll make this other drink. This is for the wife, because she is not a degenerate. She is a wholesome, upstanding Christian woman. Wow. I don't know about wholesome or upstanding. Christian. She's a woman, though, so I can guarantee that. So we're going to use, this is going to be basically a variation of gin and tonic. Again, this is a quick syrup that I made. This is Sipsmith's gin. The reason why I use this is a dry gin. It's a higher alcohol gin, so even though I'm going to add a lot to it, the gin is still going to come through because it's a higher proof gin. I'm going to use Saint Germain, maybe 1/2 ounce or so. And then also, since I was in the kitchen just kind of making things, I made, this is a cucumber lime syrup. I actually grew a cucumber in my garden. I only had one. And so, and basically what I did is I peeled the cucumber, and this is literally super simple. Peeled the cucumber, cut it up, I threw it in a blender. I took a lime, I took 2 limes actually, washed them, cut them up into like quarters or whatever, and threw those in the blender, peels and all. Added maybe 1/4 cup of sugar, added that to the blender, pureed that, then I added maybe like 1/2 cup of hot water, added that, and then just strained it out. You would have to strain this out a couple of times to get all of the particles out, and even then this has some, if you let this settle, but just strain it out more, but you get a really nice cucumber lime syrup. You can add sugar how you according to whatever you like, and then That'll be it. I'm going to add a little bit more of that. And then you guys know I always use Fever Tree. And this is actually a Fever Tree cucumber tonic, and which goes perfectly with the cucumber of the drink. They also have elderflower that I could have used, or just regular tonic. It doesn't matter. Either one would have been sufficient. Oh, shit. Oh yeah, that's really good. That is really, really good. Cool. And so that one is that. And then you guys can see, you know, kind of smoke has been absorbed in the cocktail. And then we'll just, actually, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So, you know, again, when I made the grapefruit syrup, I just used one grapefruit. And so after the grapefruit, I had a little bit of grapefruit zest that was left, and what I did was made a grapefruit salt. Took some kosher sea salt, and just took the rest of the grapefruit zest that was in there, and then I put that in the salt. And so now when you're making like it's basically a margarita, but I can line the glass with some of the grapefruit salt, just adding to the flavor. So y'all might think, like, you know, if you see my videos of setting up your bar, a lot of this stuff, you know, I have a very fully stocked bar, and, you know, I don't expect everybody to have this, but there are shortcuts to do everything that I do. But, you know, you can easily stock your bar. You know, if you knew, like, a cocktail like this would be, you know, $10 at your local bar. These ingredients, the ingredients cost of this drink was $1.50. If I had to break it down, like cost per ounce of liquor and all that stuff, time, all that, you know, you're talking about, you know, like $1.50, $2 to make this drink. You know, if you're entertaining, like, you know, my wife and I, we are just cooking and chilling at the house. But we can have a cocktail. You know, we don't have to just drink the same old thing every night at home. And so, you know, this is fun for us to save money. You know, even though it might be a big investment initially, you can save a little bit of money. So you guys see the cocktail that I made. It's got a nice little salt rim. And then again, this is a Fever Tree pink grapefruit. It's just a sparkling pink grapefruit that I'm going to add to this, just to give it a little bit of sparkle. And yeah, that was really, really good. You didn't have to use the salt rim. It's kind of like a salty dog Paloma kind of thing. But it is really, really good. Even if you don't like grapefruit, it's a really, really nice balanced drink. And so that's it. Dinner's ready, and I'm going to drink this and go enjoy myself. If you guys, please like the video. I'll be live tomorrow in the afternoon talking about wines from the Finger Lakes region in the afternoon. And then at about 7 o'clock, I believe, I'll be on a live Zoom call with JJ Reddick from the New Orleans Pelicans talking about wines from Burgundy. So I look forward to you guys. Share the video, talk about it, and cheers.